I'm sure that each of you watching this video right now has a resume. But the question you may have is how strong is my resume and how to improve it if it's not strong enough. Hi everyone, I'm Thea from sjobs.com.au, helping skilled migrants and international students get jobs and live a better life. And today's video is a fun test where you can check how strong your resume is. So I'm going to share with you the key requirements when writing the 3 most important parts on your resume. And if you've got the content that I'm going to share with you right now on your resume, you can score 1 point. So let's follow through the video with me and see finally how many scores that you will get. No matter what level of experience that you are at, your resume needs to include 3 key parts: the profile summary, the key skills, and the work experience. So let's dive into each part one by one and see how many scores that you get finally. The biggest mistake that many job seekers make on the first part of their resume is they have an objective and not a profile summary. They are totally different. An objective is what you want in the position in your career. So it's about yourself, it's about your personal desire. But unfortunately, the companies wouldn't pay much attention to your personal desire, what you want to get from them, but they pay more attention to what they can get from you. Make sense? So that's why you need to have a profile summary here, talking about what you have and what you can do for them. So if you have an objective, then you have 0 points. And if you have a profile summary, let's check further. And as the name can tell, a profile summary gives an overview picture about you, about your profile, how many years of experience that you have, the skills, the knowledge that you've got. And it's also a good idea to give hiring managers an overview picture about you and what you can do for them. So if you have the overview picture in the first part of your resume, then you can get 1 point here. One question I have for you is, do you cover the key skills required by the job in this profile summary? The common mistake that most job seekers make is they just talk about the overview picture about themselves. But the overview picture is too short to cover all the key requirements of the job. And when you don't talk about the key skills, then hiring managers don't see that you have what they want. So if you are like all the job seekers, you don't cover the key skills in this part, then you don't have 1 point here. Now the second question that I have for you is, do you back up these key skills with numbers and results? If you just claim that you have this, you have that, hiring managers wouldn't believe you yet. You need to back up these skills with results and numbers. But most job seekers don't do that, and if you are like them, you don't back up your claims with numbers and results, then you don't have 1 point here. Now this is the second most important part of your resume, just after the profile summary. And if you are like the majority of all the job seekers who use a long list of keywords and only keywords like project management, time management, communication skills, then it doesn't count because everyone has a list of key skills. So even when you have one list, you're still not outstanding from other job seekers. And the question that I have for you in this part is whether you have covered all the key skills required by the position you are applying for. So the name of this part is key skills. So that's why you need to cover all the key skills in this part. But what I meant in this question was whether you have covered the skills required by the position that you are applying for. So they are not the skills in general of your industry or of your job title, but they are the skills required specifically by the position that you are applying for. And this is the common mistake of many job seekers. They don't customize their resume. They just skip the generic skills from the industry or from the job title. And that's why hiring managers cannot see that they have the skill set that they are looking for. So if you are like them, you don't have the skill set of the specific position that you are applying for, then you don't have 1 point. The question that I have for you in this part is, do you go beyond the norm and back up each skill with evidence and results? If you don't, and I guess a good chance is you don't, these skills are still your personal claims and they are not convincing to hiring managers. So in this case, you don't have 1 point here. And another question that I have for you is, can you find numbers in these skills? You need to quantify your skills, because if you don't, then you just have generic results that anyone can claim, and they are not tangible enough for hiring managers to trust you. So if you don't have any numbers in your skills, then you don't have 1 point here. Now let's move to the part that every job seeker has on their resume, the work experience. But what they may not have is 2 separate lists of responsibilities and achievements. So the content that they usually have on the resume is the mixture of responsibilities and achievements. And it's very confusing to hiring managers, and they don't understand what these job seekers actually did or achieved in the previous positions. So if you are also like them, you don't have 2 separate lists of responsibilities and achievements, then you don't have 1 point here. And in your responsibilities part, do you cover all the key skills required by the job, or it's just a random of random tasks that you have done here and there? And that's why when you cross-check with the job ad, you may have 1 or 2 key skills required, but you don't have all of the key skills required. Or on the flip side, your resume, especially the responsibilities part, sound exactly like the job ad because you just copy and paste from the job ad. And my advice for you is you shouldn't do that, because it's very obvious to hiring managers. They can see immediately that you didn't put any effort into your resume. So if you can see yourself in either scenario, that you have only 1 or 2 key skills required by the job ad in your responsibilities part, or that part sounds exactly the same like the job ad, then you don't have 1 point here. Now, last but not least, do you have at least 3 achievements for each position that you ever held? And can you find any numbers in these achievements? Don't write generic achievements, because they are just as not convincing as when you don't have any achievements at all. You need to back them up, and that is the best way for you to convince even the most demanding hiring managers on earth. So if you can see yourself in any of these scenarios, you don't have at least 3 achievements, or you don't have any numbers in your achievements, then you don't have 1 point here. Alright, now you can sum up all the scores that you've got to see how strong your resume is. And what is the recommended score that I have? So the maximum score for each part is 3. So that's why the total score that your resume may have is 9. And 9 is also my recommended score that I have for you if you want your resume to land interviews. Now this video is part of the resume writing series, and I have a special news for you. I'm working on a free masterclass on resume writing strategies that will give you a lot of strategies and tips to make sure that you can write a killer resume that can land numerous interviews and finally a job offer. It sounds interesting, right? So stay tuned for that free masterclass, which will come out very soon. And in the meantime, you can download my 3-step job search action plan during COVID-19, in which I use a lot of effective tips that I use for my VIP one-on-one career coaching clients, which help them landed their dream job offers even during this uncertain time. So make sure that you download it, and the link to download is in the description box down below or in the first comment of this video. Now I guess that you didn't score 9, which is the minimum requirement to land interviews. It's minimum because I've just gone through with you some of the top requirements in resume writing, and actually you need a lot more than that to get results. But don't feel discouraged. Many of my clients have landed their full-time jobs, so it's not an impossible mission. If they could do it, so can you. So if you need help in making it happen faster, then feel free to reach out. Head over to my website at acejob.com.au/one-on-one. Check out the secret job securing system and all the testimonials on that page. Book a call with me from the calendar, and I will share with you the full program and all the strategies how to land the job you want, even during this uncertain time. In this video, I have shared with you some tips to impress the hiring managers and land interviews. But before that, you need to go through another gate, which isn't less challenging, and that is the ATS, or the applicant tracking system. So if you are interested to know how to beat the ATS, then I want you to hit that notification bell, because in the next video, I'm going to share with you how to beat the ATS with just 3 simple steps. And this route is quite tough. It may explain why you haven't got any interviews yet. So hit that notification bell and stay tuned for that video. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this video or any topic that you want me to talk about. So thank you so much for watching the full video, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.